Lives Matter! Black Lives...
Violence has become a norm, and an acceptable norm in urban America and in the United States of America, but a norm in certain communities. A norm that's been acceptable to America and acceptable to the palate of America. I think the violence is a direct result of why the cry for Black Lives Matter is so important, because I think the violence is a reality that had exploded from the fact that for so many decades, Black life has not mattered in America.
We first heard the phrase Black Lives Matter back in 2013. That's when unarmed teen TRAYVON Martin was shot and killed by a so-called neighborhood watch coordinator in Sanford, Florida. Since then, other young black men have been shot and killed by the police.
We always hear in the media and circumstances about the violence, but we seldom take the time to say, let's go down to the roots of what's causing this, the unemployment, the poverty, the education, all that kind of the wraparound. This is the broken homes, the broken community. So until we have the courage, I guess, to get to the bottom of it, all we do is keep, talking about how horrible, or getting mad, or get angry, or disgusted.
Father Michael Pfleger of St. Sabina Church on Chicago's South Side Gresham neighborhood spoke at DePaul's Richardson Library. It was a part of a discussion series called Black Lives Matter, Confronting Violence and Racial Injustice.
30 years later, it's the same issues.
Father Pfleger pointed out key reasons why he believes violence is so prevalent in black communities.
The poverty, the unemployment, the lack of economic development, there's no new signs of hope.
The use of force has been a major issue for Black Lives Matter organizers. But one Chicago leader says Black Lives Matter is bigger than the police.
So there's nothing America can totally do.
Alderman David Moore of the 17th Ward says Black Lives Matter is an umbrella for bigger issues.
Police is just another element of the bigger picture. Because then you got Black Lives Matter to black people who's killing each other. You got Black Lives Matter to employment who's not getting jobs. You got Black Lives Matter to fathers who's being incarcerated at a higher rate than whites. So Black Lives Matter across the board due to the systematic elements of racism that was created at the top from the federal government. And so those resources of drugs, of guns and everything that were put into our community sucked the life out of our community. Now you have to reverse that by dropping an influx of resources into our community instantly so you can see instant change.
DePaul student Tykeria Willis also says she supports the movement.
For those kids to get up and be like, okay, we need a change within our communities and also of the culture of Black lives, then yes, I really do support them.
The biggest reaction on people's faces is when I said, you're part of the system. And I saw these, like, how dare you kind of looks on people's faces. And then I followed up with, so am I. If I'm a minister in the Catholic Church, I'm part of the system. You're students at DePaul University, you're part of the system. So it's nothing wrong that you're part of the system if your goal is to help the system get right.
Reporting for Good Day DePaul, I'm Breanna BLISSET.